Hey guys, Moon here, and welcome back to some more NieR Automata. Last time we beat the game, got ending C and E, and we're back here in the desert after, back in chapter 14, after A2 woke up, after defeating the centipede-like enemy. Because there's a few things I want to do. We are in the post-game. Chicken chips, no, where are you? First of all, yeah, we can change her hair. Can give her long hair. But we have the Destroyer outfit. Look at that! We're NieR! I think A2 looks really good in that outfit. And then we have a bunch of restorative items I never use. And let's throw on the long hair again. I think A2 looks good in long hair, but I understand why she cut it. So can I transport? I can go to the resistance camp. Because there are a few things for us here. Well, not here. Be here with Pascal.
Help! Help me! Are those machines fighting each other? Thank you so much for saving me.
Yeah. Hijack boost +3, good.
You're a machine
I want
too.
a hijack. I want hijack boosts.
I have no intention of harming you. My name is Pascal, and while it's true that I am a machine life form, I also detest fighting of any kind. Uh-huh. And machines don't have souls. They're just murder bots with a fancy name. They killed so many of us. And I swore to make them pay. I see. If that will save your soul, then so be it.
No, you'll live.
Aren't going to kill me? Just shut up and leave before I change my mind. You... No. Never mind. You have my thanks.
Yeah. Anemone. Girl, where were you? You were here like 5 minutes ago. Number 2, you're still alive. Sorry, I haven't been in touch, Anemone. You survived. That's all that matters. Though I fear that all your fighting companions are long gone. I had to kill number 2 with my own hands. I'm sorry. No, it's... Oh, that's right. Did you know that there was a Yorha member named 2B who looked just like you? She's dead. What? 2B is dead. I killed her. She was infected with a logic virus. Oh. Well, please make yourself at home in our camp. I'll have someone show you around. Not necessary. Her memories are contained in this sword. I see. You can go ahead and use her old room then. I'm in charge of the camp here. I'll make sure to tell everyone about you. Hey, Anemone, got a quick question for you. Got a fuel filter, blah blah blah. You've changed, number 2. The way you talk and act is completely different from how you were in the past. And you've become a true leader. I'm nothing compared to Rose. Actually, I have records stored on the external drive. I thought I should preserve memories of the time we fought together. And I think you should have the right to see them. You and I must never forget. I know. Select a file. Yorha Pearl Harbor Descent Personal Record Part 1. Welcome to the reading episode. My name is Anemone, and I lead the android resistance. This is a record of the battles I've experienced, and my losses. I leave it here as a warning to myself. The machine lifeform attack lands far too close for comfort. I smell an acrid odor, and know that some of my hair must have been singed off. Anemone, retreat for now! That's an order! That's my Captain Rose. I obey her without hesitation. Running from the front as soon as I can take out a few nearby enemies. Feet flying beneath me, I leap into the hesitantly built trench where my resistance comrades are gathered. How many battles is this now? The same sights and sounds, the same struggle of attrition. My resistance forces play the same war on repeat, with no end in sight. I don't even remember why we're fighting anymore. But I must continue regardless. I must continue until one side or the other is dead. This looks bad, Shion. What should we do? Calm down, Lily. We'll find an opening somewhere. You don't search for an opening, you make one! Dahlia, wait! I grabbed Dahlia's arm before she can flee the trench and turned to Rose. She brought us here after all. She must have a plan of some kind. But as the enemy horde closes in, Rose simply squints off into the distance. There's been a change in enemy movements, she says finally. Someone just started fighting over there. But that's not possible, stammers Margaret. We're all here. Margaret's right. There are only nine of us left capable of fighting in the machines. Captain Rose, Gerbera, Lily, Sonia, Erica, Margaret, Shion, Dahlia, and myself, Anemone. We're all that's left of the 8 descent forces. The one that took place roughly 200 years ago. An uneasy Sonia pulls Shion close and chews on a strand of hair. I don't like it, she says. What if it's some kind of machine trap? I wait for a while, heart pounding, until I hear the enemy fire lessen. Okay, I say. This looks like our chance. Let's pull back. Someone's fighting out there, Anemone, cries Dahlia. We can't abandon them! Oh, so you want to risk all of our lives for some stranger? Come on! We don't even know if this mysterious figure is on our side or not. That's not what I said! Enough, you two! Barks Shion. The captain makes the final decision. After Shion speaks, all of us turn to Captain Rose. She looks us in the eyes and nods slowly before starting to speak. Gerbera, the enemy is heading towards the explosives we set up earlier, yes? Gerbera thinks for a moment. Now that you mention it, yeah, they are. A slight smile crosses Rose's face. Yet, she still seems perfectly composed. Good. Now if this goes well, we might be able to take them all out. I want all of you to leave this trench and get to those explosives, says Rose. Well, let the blast take out most of them, then clean up the stragglers. Identifying our unknown mysterious fighters can wait until we're done. No one objects to the captain's decision. The moment she issued the order, we all leap from the trench, we all leap from the trench as one and re-enter the fray. When we reach the battle, we find what appears to be another set of androids dressed in strange black outfits. Before they even know what's happening, we detonate the explosives, killing the remaining machines, and turn our guns in their direction. Alright, I say to the strangers, start talking. Easy, says one of the mysterious androids. We're on your side. We're new models rolled out as part of something called Project Yorha. Really? I say. We haven't heard anything about new models. I probably speak with more bluster than necessary, but I have to make sure that they're actually on our side. I don't think they're lying necessarily, but I can't read their expressions, thanks to the giant goggles they wear. And frankly, a little caution never goes amiss in the middle of a war. We learned that the four androids referred to each other as number 2, number 4, number 16, and number 21. They also aren't in a hurry to share much more. Our mission is top secret, says one of them. That's why you haven't heard of us yet. I slowly draw my knife in an attempt to gauge their reaction. So in other words, no one will know better if I kill you right now? Stand down, Anemone, says Rose softly. Well, it's not softly, but who cares? No! Cries Ali. She's right. We've seen how quickly the enemy is evolving. Who's to say these four aren't machines that just look human? My companion is not in agreement. This damn war has made us all suspicious. One of the strangers, number 16 I believe, draws a long knife from its sheath. If it's a fight you want, she says, I'm happy to give it to you. Before I can respond, Dahlia leaps in front of me, with her weapon at the ready. This is it. We're gonna fight. But just before the battle can erupt, the android called number 2 steps forward. Wait, she says. There used to be 16 of us, says number 2. But the others died during descent. We're isolated and alone out here. Reinforcements aren't coming. And that means we have to finish this mission with the soldiers we have left. We don't need more enemies right now. What we need are allies. She finishes the speech with a soft sigh, as if trying and failing to hold her emotions in check. I know that sort of voice. It's the voice of someone who still has hope, despite all the odds. According to the Yorha team, there's an enemy server beneath Mount Kaala. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. If we can take it out, we might finally gain some ground in this endless war. But in order for that to happen, we need to work together. After a bit of thought, Rose decides to throw in with the new models. It's a relationship that changes as time goes on. What are you doing, Dahlia? Just showing this idiot how weak she is, replies a winded Dahlia. Ha! Wheezes her opponent, number 16. You're obviously outmatched. The two of them are taking turns hitting each other. It seems friendly enough, as those things go. Plus, they've been doing it for so long now that both of them are out of energy. They likely couldn't punch through a paper bag. The rest of the group stares at the combatants and try not to grin. Dolly and number 16 seem to butt heads over the smallest little things. Maybe it's because they're so much alike. It's almost annoying how quickly muscle heads learn to like one another. The rest of us converse as Dolly and 16 continue to spar. We call each other by names that I gave us, explains Rose. I see, responds number 4. I thought it was strange you didn't use code numbers. She nods while she speaks, as if all this makes perfect sense. Suddenly, Captain Rose breaks out a wide grin. You know what? She says. I think we should give all of you names as well. No, says number 2. It would be a waste. Rose eyes her warily. A waste? You can name me when the mission is over, she replies, as a blush rises in her cheeks. I could tell her words also served as a wish for success. Alright, responds Rose. I'll think of a name for you by then. She knows this is a fleeting promise, as most such things are, but it doesn't matter. Already I can see us growing closer to the Yorha team. Well, my friends are growing closer to them at least. All being careless, I state, much louder than I intended. Luckily, the others either didn't hear or decided to ignore me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to go against the captain's judgment. That doesn't mean I'm ready to just lie down and trust our new friends. Ours is a solidarity existence that has long since been abandoned by the moon. No matter how much they cry, mourn, or struggled, the voices of our departed comrades went unanswered. So how can you trust an entire squad of new models that you just met? What's wrong, enemy? I hear Lily calling to me. She's likely concerned about me being apart from the group. Nothing, I begin. I'm fine. Before I can complete my thought, Lily suddenly opens her mouth and emits a terrible scream. Ah! Lily's scream echoes throughout the entire camp. It's heartbreaking, it's agony, it's horrible. She's infected! Screams Rose. Lily's infected! We all draw weapons out of instinct as much as anything else, pointing them at our comrade as she continues to scream. And scream. And scream. We all know what's happening. We've all seen it before. It's a logic virus. A machine weapon that hijacks android systems and overwrites their data. And since there's no known cure, it's also a death sentence. I need to show her mercy. I need to set her free. My finger rests on the trigger, yet I hesitate. And before I can make that final, fateful decision, I hear a voice rise up from somewhere behind me. Stop! You can't do this! You can't just let your friend die! It's number 2-1. The girl I thought would be cool and composed beyond all measure was now pleading with me to spare Lily. What do I do? What the hell do I do? Lily said you're like a family to her. You can't abandon family. Not before you exhaust every possibility. What can you do then? I'll use my power to erase the virus. That's impossible! Rose spat out what we were all thinking. But before we can act, Lily starts to send nearby comrades flying with impossible strength. I've seen infected androids before. I know how much damage they can do once the virus turns off their limiters. They'll fight and fight until they're utterly destroyed. Dolly and number 16 rush into the fray, trying to suppress their former friend. But she swats them away like flies. How many of us have been infected now? How many friends have I been forced to put down? The heart I'm not supposed to have aches with the thought. It aches as I remember all of the identification numbers that have been retired. When did I start giving them names? When did I decide that I simply couldn't endure it any longer? Initiating reprogramming sequence. That voice. Number 2-1. She's screaming something about reprogramming? I don't know what to do. I'm lost. As my vision slowly clears, I see number 2-1 inputting commands into her terminal, while number 2 and number 4 hold her down. They hold her as she rises, and Rose stares at me with surprise. Oh no. I'm holding Lily too. The 14th Machine War, the Pearl Harbor Descent. The name of the mission entrusted to the Yorha soldiers. Was there ever such furious gunfire? Such bombing that continued without pause? Our target is a machine under Mount Kaala. Our situation is dire. We need reinforcements. Requesting deployment at once. Number 2 speaks quickly, yet calmly, which is all the more remarkable, considering the hostile enemy closing in on our position. The command center is in the orbiting satellite. But the command center in the orbiting satellite informs us no reinforcements will be forthcoming. We are abandoned. We are alone. It's so easy to do from up there, from the satellite, from the moon. I'll do whatever is necessary, says Lily with a grim smile. Dolly and Margaret quickly nod in agreement as number 16. They decide to join the rear guard, staying behind to be our shield, even though it comes at the cost of their own lives. Regardless, they all agree without hesitation. For we in the vanguard will be joining them in death soon enough. Without another word, we turn our backs on each other and take up positions. We know this is the end. Dolly and the others will buy us time as we reach the mountain's peak. Beyond that lies an elevator, which beyond that is the server. If we can destroy it, it'll be a devastating blow to the machine lifeforms throughout the Pacific region. But as I notice number 221 scowling at the elevator, I start to have a bad feeling about the final stage of our mission. Go on, she says. I got this. We crowd into the elevator. She quickly begins hacking the terminal. She doesn't need to tell us what's happening. It's clear that the elevator will descend all the way down to the server unless somebody stays behind to control it. Enemies incoming! They're almost on us! As I speak, I suddenly find myself leaping from the elevator and taking up a position at number 21's side. As if somebody... Almost as if my body is out of my control. Something is wrong. Something... I'll back up number 21! I cry. The rest of you take out that server! The doors close on my friends. The last thing I see is the face of my captain, Rose. She looks... concerned. But then the doors shut and she's no more. That was the last time I ever saw them. It's alright. I'm gonna finish this, one way or the other. The only sounds we hear are the distant explosions and the rasp of number 21's breathing. Thank you, she whispers. Thank you for staying with me. I look her in the eye and see the telltale red of the logic virus infection. I was right all along. I sigh softly as I draw my weapon. I've seen infected comrades before. That's why I couldn't leave her to die alone. The vaccine she gave Lily is already ineffective. The enemy has evolved. They studied number 21's patterns and developed a new resistance. No one can save her now. When the elevator reaches the server, begins number 21 weakly. And I'll give you peace, I reply. The elevator moves ever lower, creating a countdown on number 21's life. How much time has passed? How much time could possibly be left? Too long to wait, yet not long enough for regret. A massive explosion echoes in the distance as the hall slowly shakes. It's the final act of Lily and the others in the rear guard. They just overloaded their fusion reactors. The sounds of our comrades' demise slowly fades in our ears. As it does, number 21 reaches up and slowly removes her goggles. I'm glad I got to meet you, she says. Her eyes are so red. But not completely. There's still a little bit left. There's still a little bit of herself left. And while it is... Don't worry, I say. I'll be with you soon. She smiles as my words reach her ears. As soon as the elevator touches down, I fire a bullet into number 21's brain. I watched that the thing that used to be her tumbles to the ground. I stare at the gun and I hold it in my trembling hands. I press it to my temple. This will end it all. This war, my meaningless existence, all of it, it will finally be over. Unforgivable. 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 Your comrades sacrificed themselves and fought to their last breath. They felt suffering, they felt sadness, they feel pain and terror. And yet you surrender now? Unforgivable. The voice is a battlefield curse, telling those who survive to see their mission through no matter what. It is another me crying out. I scream at the top of my lungs and race down the hall. I'll show you. If you're gonna push me, I'll show you. You'll only be satisfied if it ends with more killing. I leap into the fray with weapons in both hands. Here I am! Here I am! Kill me! As I scream, an explosion suddenly rises up and sweeps everything away. A soft wind touches my cheek. I smell fire. I smell ash. The explosion in the server room was powerful enough to take out Mount Ka'ala itself, reducing the once proud summit to a smoking crater. The machines immediately dropped to the ground and stopped moving. I looked out over the scorched earth. Lily? 16? Rose? 2? Are any of you... I'm the only one left. I'm the only one. I was alive because I had been afraid to die. I begin to giggle. It's a mad, crazed, even to my own ears. I'll join you soon. You promised to join her soon. How could I have said such words and how could I have said such vain, laughable words, such lies? I laugh. I stand in the smoke and the flames and laugh until I think my very throat will tear in two. I blink. Daylight drifts to the smoke. I've been standing here all night. My laughter finally depleted. I force myself up to my feet. I'm a coward who stayed behind. The coward who lived. Now it's my job to carry on the will of those who fought by my side. Since I couldn't kill myself, I have to fight until somebody does it for me. I'll endure every hardship. I'll kill every machine I find. This is my cross to bear. I walk slowly into the west, dragging my broken body along. Number 16. Number 2-1. Number 4. I'm sorry I'm still alive. But I'll be joining you as soon as I find as soon as I finish some things up. Yorha Gunner 16. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War. Number 16 possessed a rough and tumble personality ideal for her role as a gunner, where she was required to attack foes from a distance. Though she possessed a defiant streak that extended even to her superiors, she was assigned to the mission anyway due to her tremendous offensive abilities. During her squad's assault on Mount Kaala, Number 16 volunteered to stay behind and hold off the machine lifeform and army so that her companions could continue up the mountain. She fought with great courage alongside the members of the local resistance group, and managed to hold off an overwhelming number until the appearance of a Goliath that was unaffected by ordinary weaponry. Seeing no other way to end the fight, she chose to destroy the enemy by overloading and destroying her own fusion reactor. This act of self-sacrifice, despite her defiant nature, was one of remarkable interest and likely merits a further study. Yorha Scanner 221. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized in the 14th Machine War. Number 21 possessed a cool and analytical personality that was perfectly fit for her role as a scanner. Her first and perhaps most impressive achievement was using her analytical abilities to cure a member of the local resistance group who has been affected by the logic virus. Unfortunately, she fell victim to the same virus shortly thereafter during an assault on the Mount Kaala server. Though she fought valiantly, the virus had evolved into a form that she could no longer remove, which eventually led to her asking an ally to enter her life. Experimental Yorha Unit Number 21's initial success against the virus has been determined to be a valuable information regarding how to construct barriers against machine lifeforms, and should be included in the basic system of all subsequent Yorha squadron members. Yorha Attacker 4. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized in the 14th Machine War. Though Attacker Number 4 possessed an unusually bright and cheerful personality, she still managed to be effective when it came to engaging in close quarters combat. In addition to providing us a morale boost to the group, this unit also used her sunny disposition to form an alliance with the local resistance group. She was eventually killed during the assault on the Mount Kaala server, the cause of which was a self-directed overload of her fusion reactor. Further research reveals that she undertook this action as a means to protect her companion, Attacker Number 2. One further note. While this unit's cheerful personality provided certain benefits to the overall unit morale, it was also responsible for a decrease in fighting spirit during intense combat. As such, it was deemed inappropriate for future combat models. Yorha, Attacker 2. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War. She specialized in close quarters combat and was programmed to have a neutral personality. Attacker Number 2 took command of the squadron after the death of the original Captain Number 1. Despite issuing many questionable commands during her initial time in the leadership role, she eventually formed a working relationship with the Resistance and succeeded in destroying the enemy server located on Mount Ka'ala. While the experimental Yorha Unit Number 2 possessed great growth and adaptability abilities, she also deserted her post following the destruction of the server, and as of this moment, has been yet to be apprehended. Our R&D group is currently conducting further research to determine whether or not there were issues in this model's personality settings. The missing experimental unit, now designated A2, will be handled by the Type E division. Rose. This android, encountered by the experimental Yorha squadron, is the leader of the group composed by many Resistance members. A survivor of the 8th Descent operation, she continues to wage guerrilla warfare in the Pacific region thereafter. Unable to stop the ever-proliferating machines, she continues to fight a war after a bitter attrition of over 200 years. After encountering the experimental Yorha squadron, she sought to change the tide of battle and fought alongside them. She was destroyed by machine life forms in the server room underneath Mount Ka'ala during the mission to destroy said server. Resistance Anemone. A member of the Resistance group led by Dahlia that was encountered by the experimental Yorha squadron. This unit was said to be unusually cautious and showed the greatest initial distrust of the experimental Yorha squadron. However, her disposition gradually grew more amicable after Scanner Number 21 managed to eradicate a logic virus that had once infected one of her comrades. She executed an infected unit, Number 21, in the elevator hall of the Mount Ka'ala server facility and went missing shortly thereafter. The Pearl Harbor Descent Summary. For this descent, 12 experimental Yorha units were deployed to destroy the server located inside Mount Ka'ala on Oahu Island. However, they encountered heavy enemy anti-air defenses during the initial stage of the mission, resulting in the deaths of all but 4 squadron members. The remaining units then joined up with the members of the local resistance movement and decided to continue their mission despite their initial losses. Even in the face of the fierce enemy counterstrike and overwhelming numerical odds, a handful of units managed to reach the target location, at which Number 4 overloaded her fusion reactor and destroyed the enemy server. While the destruction of the server struck a blow against the enemy forces, the true purpose of this operation was to monitor and research how the experimental Yorha units behaved during battle. This information would then be studied and integrated into new Yorha models once the project were to proceed past the experimental phase. One note of concern: it has been verified that the black box signal of the experimental attacker unit Number 2 remains alive. Due to the possibility of the unit being captured and compromised by the enemy, and due to the unit's existence itself being a matter of the highest level of confidentiality, it has been decided that it is to be recovered or disposed of by the Type E division once that group is fully operational. Somehow I'm still missing one tutorial.
Alert. A broken filter will cause significant problems with fuel distribution. Proposal. Replace the faulty part immediately.
Yeah, I know.
Coordinates confirmed for a colony centered around the machine lifeform known as Pascal. Location marked on map.
You don't know when to shut up, do you?
Now I'm trying to figure out what to do. Do I get the rest of the weapons? Probably. One moment. I'm just gonna look up a guide to see what weapons I missed and where they are. Well, there's one I can get quickly. Probably. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we're basically right here. This is gonna be stupid. Time to go fishing in the sewers. I'm sorry, A2. You deserve better than this. Alright, see you guys when it's, when I picked it up.
No response. Report. Purpose
What the
unknown.
fuck? Another?
Hypothesis. Garbage.
Thanks. Thanks, Pod. There we go.
Catch confirmed. Complete.
Alright, next up we have... Alright, we're heading to the factory next. Because the two other swords are to be picked up later. Because we require 2B. I'm so funny with the puns, guys. You think you can actually do damage to me? Yeah, no. That's what I thought. Alright, so if I'm reading this correctly, this sword... Factory hangar. This one might require 9S, I'm not entirely sure. So we get on... Come on, dude. Really? Yeah, so I want to get as many, whatchamacallit? God, I'm forgetting what the name of it is. The chips that level up enemies that you, hack. I want as many of those as possible. Fuck you. Yeah, what is it called? Anyway. It's up there that I want to get. So I have to get on top of... I have to get on top of this, but... Is that... can I only get it when this is active? Might. That might be the case. Guys, please stop. Stop giving me dented plates. Wow, an auto heal of +4. Stop being annoying, guys. Yeah, because it's up there I want to get. I might have to come here during while this is still active. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. At least I know where it is, so that's gonna be useful later. And I'm gonna have a significant level advantage too. Fuck you! Alright. Guess we're heading to the Forest Kingdom then. Because apparently there's a puzzle for us. I think it might be up there. Okay, I don't want to look up the answer. I want to do this on my own. Okay. Yep, there it is. How do you get up there? When I approach it from a different angle, it doesn't look like it. Hmm. There's something I can do over here? Either? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Hmm. That's suspicious. Okay. Nope. But I might be able to... No? There we go. Crap. Okay. A2! Mm. A2, you know you can just reach up and grab the ledge, right? I don't feel... Yeah, I don't feel... There we go. Okay. God damn it, A2! And now it's going to take me another 5 years to get up there because you can't... There we go. There we go. There we go. Obtain the weapon cyber stick. Awesome. That wasn't that bad. It just... The platforming in this game is not fantastic. Alright. I think we can get like 2 more. So that seems to be all the small blades. We're just missing a few from Crust Rewards and that one. I think the factory actually needs to be active to get that. Now we have the long swords. 9. Got all those. Got all the long swords. Cool. Spears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 2. Who are we missing? We are missing Type 3 and the Phoenix Lance. Alright, I guess we're headed to the desert for one and the flooded city for the other. So see you guys there. Hello there, Tower of...
Whoa, what's that?
Whatever that's called.
You're useless.
Tower of God, right? So, over there are our weapons. Please die. Not you guys, but sure, who cares? No, you. Friend who's literally doing nothing. Thank you. Oh my god, alright. Alright, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to get. How do you long jump? Alright. There we go. Yeah, and of course it requires... That requires 9S, of course it does. But there we go, got a lance. Actually, I'm curious, what is that? Wait, I can fish? It was allowing me to fish.
Commencing.
I can... What?
Complete.
Alright. What are you? Cool. Whatever. Alright, off to the desert. Do I have a scanner? Hammer, Mirage... Laser... Boar, you okay? So, apparently, because I looked it up because I really did not want to, you know, mess around with this. It should be towards the east. Should be around here somewhere. You got mail. Why is this song playing in the forest desert? In the forest desert? No, yes, the forest desert. Why is this song playing in the Forest Kingdom? Also, what mail did we get? Inbox 9S, is it? Okay. I do have the email from Emil, so I should be able to find him and get those weapons. I hope.
Hello. This is the Resource Recovery Unit. Now activating defense mode.
Cool. I don't care. I just want to see what this chest contains, because if it's lore, then I want to read all the lore. If that's not obvious enough. Alright. 9S, what the hell are you doing? Oh my god, 9S. Okay, during my attempts, I learned that you could launch yourself. I did not know that. That might make this a little bit easier. Please stop. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay. Getting close. Getting closer. Let's try jump, jump, attack. And Pod does not want to throw me. Cool. There we go. On an attempt that I just didn't even try, to be honest. I got a newspaper scrap, so it is a lore. Old world information newspaper scrap. August 17th, the Nagoya Daily. There is no end to the refugees that flow. There is no end to the refugees that flow into the central areas from the capital region in the east, and many camps have been pushed to their breaking point. But while the situation is critical, the increasingly fierce conflict within Legion has left the government in a state of dysfunction. Let us all keep our neighbors in our thoughts during these trying times, and reject the temptation to profit financially from the refugees. After all, we could easily be next. Alright. I know it's been a long one, but I'm going Emil hunting. I was gonna say see you shortly when I find Emil, but I don't have to because he's right here. At least he was. Emil, come back here. Emil! Come on, buddy. There we go.
Use Hellfire to force him to stop.
Hijack. That's the that's what I was thinking. That's the name of the chip I was thinking of like an hour ago. That's how long into the recording I am. I want as many hijack chips as I can. Because it's gonna make a particular side quest a lot easier. I thought I was dead. Alright, Emil. What do you have? You don't have it? Come on, dude.
Welcome!
There we go. No? Eh, who cares? I'm just gonna buy an insane amount of, you know, I don't even know if I need this many.
Thanks, Brenda! Welcome!
Alright, Emil. No?
Thanks, Brenda! Welcome!
Nothing? Alright, I
Thanks!
guess I'll have to wait for your email. Whatever. Anyway, next time we're gonna be getting the rest of the rest of the weapons. Doing the side quests as 2B and yeah. Emil, why are you holding out on me? Anyway, until then, Simone signing out. Come on. Whatever. See ya.